Some of my favorite videos are when it's the police themselves that are doing the illegal parking, especially when it's the New York City Police Department. Welcome back into the channel, guys. Thanks for being here. Friday, March 22nd, 2024. And today's video, we're going to see right out of New York in the United States. The NYPD illegally parking on their own and not caring. However, they say they're doing something about it. We tend to not believe them. Let's jump into it.
We've all seen it. Police squad cars, even the personal vehicles of police officers parked on the sidewalk and in bus and bike lanes.
Yeah, well, now the NYPD's chief of patrol says he is making it one of his top missions to crack down on this practice, and he was just pressed by a city council member to do just that.
Yeah, Big Sense Henry Rossoff has been around today, checking on the city, and has the story for us in Sunset Park.
Yeah. Well, police sources are telling us that the word is very quickly spreading among the rank and file and precinct commanders following really feisty exchange we were there for yesterday between the NYPD chief of patrol and a Brooklyn councilman, with the chief of patrol promising to really crack down on this practice. We've been around today and really, to be honest, have not seen much of this bad sort of parking that New Yorkers somewhat come to expect.
It would drive me insane when I would see a car literally parked on the sidewalk, blocking people from walking.
NYPD Chief of Patrol John Schell says 39 times in the last 4 months he has punished officers for parking illegally or obscuring their personal license plates. He says he's docking vacation days and leaving notes in personnel files. Plus, Schell says he sent out memos, made roll call announcements, and even got the police unions involved, all to hold officers accountable for when they break parking rules, particularly around precincts with their personal vehicles and squad cars. His comments came in response to questioning by Brooklyn Councilman Lincoln Ressler, who says the efforts still don't go nearly far enough.
I have never, ever not seen illegal parking in front of a precinct. I walk by them every single day. It is ubiquitous. The idea that there's any enforcement or accountability around this issue at all is a joke. So if this is a new endeavor by the NYPD...
I don't agree with that assessment whatsoever. It's not a joke, and I do take it seriously. And I welcome any time you walk around one of those precincts to send me a picture, and I will deal with it ASAP.
Ressler, an avid bicyclist, says he's particularly concerned about vehicles that block bike lanes.
The NYPD has failed to enforce against this widespread illegal activity. And if they're not going to even follow the rules themselves, do you really think that they're going to enforce it against anybody else?
We bounced around town today and saw squads and personal vehicles of officers generally parked in the spots marked for them. There was some sidewalk hopping around crowded precincts that made it a little harder for people to pass by. We did not observe any personal officer vehicles nor squad cars blocking bike lanes. We did see some lanes blocked routinely by other types of vehicles. The NYPD says it's aware of the issue.
We've increased our enforcement 65%. So again, I understand your frustration, but I just want to accept the premise that we're not doing something about it.
Ressler is proposing a bill that would allow citizens to take pictures of all cars parked illegally, police or not, and then send those pics to the city so the registered owner could face a fine.
Every single New Yorker should be able to take photos of illegally parked cars and for there to be real accountability.
The NYPD did raise some concerns about that sort of citizen enforcement, noting that their traffic agents, at least dozens of them, generally get accosted each and every year, and they're marked. NYPD officers out there writing tickets. Councilman argues this would be a very different exchange. Citizen taking a picture from a half block away, not a sort of up close and personal and lingering thing that police do each and every day. He's pushing forward with his bill. Live in Sunset Park, Henry Rossoff.
Okay, I got to comment on this a couple of times because, listen, number one is in part of that thing where they said they were walking around all day and nobody was parked illegally. That looks like an illegally parked police vehicle right next to a fire hydrant. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's like a 15 or 20 foot rule. Somebody help me out here. Right in their own video. Hello. Second, those vehicles are parked on a sidewalk. That fire hydrant is on a sidewalk, and look where his wheels, his back bumper. People can walk, but they gotta go around bike riding. That is not how it's supposed to be. I don't care if NYPD New York doesn't have enough parking. Figure it out. You can't break the laws just because something isn't convenient for you. If you gotta park 10 blocks away, you gotta park 10 blocks away. Last, the suggestion that they're gonna have citizens take pictures. That's actually a thing in a lot of cities here in America. I don't know about maybe around the world. somebody can comment from Europe or England or anywhere, you know, Asia, if that's a thing. But there comes two problems. One, getting accosted, like he just said, if you take a picture and somebody sees you and they want to attack you, because people get super angry when you call them out. That's a legitimate fact and a well thought out, you know, cause of concern. But also, Photoshop is a thing. And I could see people trying to Photoshop stuff just to get people in trouble. It could cause a lot of issues, but they got to figure something out. I would do it. I would take pictures and send it in to people. Anyways, what do you guys think? New York Police Department, do they actually care about their parking? Do they care about enforcing it? Or is that guy just blowing smoke up the politician's butt, as we per se? I think he is. I think they're full of it, and I don't think they're going to ever do anything to change it or fix it, because they can't. There's simply not enough parking and not enough things to support the amount of people that live in New York City, which is like some 9, 10, 11 million people on one island. It's just simple facts. They don't have the infrastructure to support it. With that, I'll leave it to you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys being here. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this video and the NYPD or anything else to do with these videos. As always, I will read as many as I can and respond to them. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.